biathlon is good when it comes to shooting. It was less good last season on the skis. Looks like she's picked that pace up to stay with, of course,
Domracheva.
How
could you forget?
Early season names. This technical section here, fairly fast, not a difficult corner, but you need to have your balance right over your skis.
Solomdahl looking very, very solid. She had a good season last year, played a major part in many of the relays. In fact, helped Norway to win the gold medal in the World Championships. Finished 13th in the overall World Cup, up against Vilikina, who finished in 11th place. So those two women fairly well matched, and Dorin, who lies in third at the moment, was the best of all of them, incidentally. Dorin now 26. Optimal age for a biathlete, I guess, just like the cross-country, the optimal age is coming down slowly as they learn how to train at a younger age.
And I think with all the club structure, certainly in Norway, Sweden, Russia, Germany, they are really starting the programs a little younger. Education with training at the same time. What luxury.
So the first shoot of the season for Solomdahl coming up very shortly. She's eased off. She's allowed the Russians with Olga Vilikina just to close the gap a little. One corner to go. All she needs to do at this stage is make sure of the 5 targets. Well, that's how much ammunition has been used in the last hour and a half or so with all the warming up. What does a box of ammunition cost nowadays?
The ammunition for 100 shots they're using, it's about £22, so 28 euros. It's expensive. So with the lack of snow, it's good to see that every range has to have at least half a metre drop down from the firing point.
So Norway nearest the camera, and a slow start for Solomdahl. She's working from left to right, and we've got Vilikina of Russia working right to left, but she just pushes the pace a little bit too fast. Misses number 5. Dorin of France, 5 out of 5. Great shooting, and showing what the French have been so good at over the years. Poland keep themselves in the running for a possible podium finish with Magdalena Guisdon going clear. The Polish women are a little bit better than the Polish men over the last couple of seasons, so I think no surprise to see them doing so well. Belarus with Domracheva goes 5 out of 5. She could be in top spot come the end of this second leg, and having a little bit of a nightmare is Solomdahl, but that is the Norwegian way. Make the mistakes early on and rely on your strongest skier to pull them through at the end.
The psychology in this sport, it's amazing. Solomdahl was in first, now she's going to be, what, 26 seconds behind. The pressure was on her, she felt that pressure, and it cost her to miss her 2 first shots, and then she had to hand feed the extra rounds. You're allowed 3 spare rounds in the relay races for prone and for standing.
Are you saying that the pressure is now off, that she's dropped down into 7th, or does the pressure mount because she's let herself and the team down?
She's going to be going through a number of stressful thoughts at the moment, that yes, I've let the team down, I was leading, I'm now, what is she, 27 seconds behind. So yes, all of that emotion is going through her mind. She'll try and put it aside to say, okay, I'll just do my own race into the stand and try and get 5 out of 5.
All 3 misses for Sweden on this occasion, and that's a really disappointing result for Stromstedt. Bjorn Ferry and Freddie Lindström, who are 2 class acts waiting to go on legs 3 and 4, will be disappointed. They'll be watching that, and there's a groan from the stadium. Now Sweden have 2 rounds left and 2 targets remaining. No more mistakes can be afforded. But we'll keep you updated on their performance. You might have heard the groan. That tells you all you need to know. And Sweden are dropping out of contention early on in this second leg. France, Russia, the 2 leading teams. Now the French may be regretting not putting in their strongest men, but Jean-Guillaume Berthix and Alexis Boeuf, they're pretty competent biathletes. They've been in pressure situations before. A good opportunity for them to prove that France isn't just about the 2 4-card brothers.
Well, it is. It gives them that opportunity, and often in the relay, because you're allowed 3 spare rounds, it can take pressure off. If a biathlete, if he's slightly weaker or she is slightly weaker on the range, you can relax that little bit more. You've got a safety buffer zone of 3 spares.
Domracheva, remember, 30 seconds behind when she took over at the start. That is now down to 12.5. And she's going well, and she's pretty handy in the standing position, so she'll be fairly confident that she can be in contention come the end of the second leg. Solomdahl, 22.4. She's closing, but having to work hard. Andrea Henkel of Germany. What's happened to Henkel with the shooting? You'd normally expect Henkel to be a lot closer than that.
But looks to me the
so
shooting...
So far, she's gone clear, so it's the
good.
skiing that's letting Germany down at the moment. Welcome back. This is the leading group in the mixed relay. Second leg, we're halfway through. They're coming down towards the stadium for the second shoot. France, Russia, Poland and Belarus are the 3 leading teams. Germany in 5th position now with, in fact, mistaken identity there. There's Andrea Henkel just going around the top of the course. She's still down in 7th position. And it is the Czech Republic who've got a suit that looks a little bit like the Germans. Now, no mistaking the French suit. Black and yellow, just like their cross-country skiers and just like they wore last year.
I think we're looking at France now, but I think the Czech Republic team, Patrick, this is a wonderful team. The 2 women, maybe the weaker part of the quartet, and they really have put it together well for Schlesinger and Moravec, taking the last 2 legs.
Yeah, the old guard bringing up the rear. Schlesinger, wasn't that many years ago that he was a newcomer to the team, but he's very much the veteran in the team now. And between himself and Moravec, they've got a massive amount of experience. So they could do what the Slovenians did in the World Championships last year. And I wonder how many pub quizzes that question's been in. Who crossed the line first in the mixed relay in the World Championships and finished up with a silver medal?
It's never happened before, has it? Yes, awarded time back, wasn't it?
The Norwegians were the team to benefit. A target that didn't go down for Bjorndalen was deemed a hit. And there's what could prove an expensive miss for Bilikina. Durant has missed 2. Now that's a rare mistake, and it's a chance for Belarus to come through. Daria Domracheva just taking her time, very, very steady. Oh, she's thrown one wide. That could cost her another 10 seconds or so. Who's going to go clear on this second shoot in the second leg? Will it be Andrea Henkel of Germany? 2 out of 2 so far for Andrea Henkel. 3 out of 3, working from right to left. Throws number 4 wide, so that takes some pressure off the race leaders, Russia. Norway with a better shoot, but they've still got 1 target to clear. And Ukraine are away, Norway now away, Germany gone as well.
Poland, how sad was that? Whizzed on in 3rd position onto the shooting mat, but I think she's picked up 2 penalty loops.
Tall figure of Kuzmina, the sprint Olympic champion. Finished in 10th in the overall World Cup at the end of last season. I think she was a little bit disappointed with that. 22 teams in all. Switzerland, that was team number 20 on the range, with Selina Gasperin, the second of the sisters. So the top 9 teams separated now by almost a minute. Russia, France, Belarus are 30 seconds apart. The Russians have done good work so far. And Mike, they, as we mentioned at the top of the programme, they won the Mixed Relay World Cup last year. They've started in fine fashion. Most of the relays, mixed relays last year, were won with just 5 misses and no penalties. World Championships was slightly different.
Yes, you have to, in any biathlon race, you need to be, and especially in the relays, you need to be fast on the range, so you need to be shooting in under 30 seconds your 5 shots, so you can quickly hand feed any spare rounds, which takes between 8 and 11 seconds. You can guarantee as few penalties as possible, then it really does move your team forward, like Slovenia at the World Championships in February in Ruhpolding.
Biathlon, who took the bronze medal in the pursuit in the World Championships last year. She had a pretty good championships. Only one medal, but every single result was in the top 10. That sort of consistency managed to put her up into 11th place in the overall World Cup standings at the end of the season. Here's her main rival, Daria Domracheva, pushing hard. She's gone from outside the top 4 into second position and now leads the charge with the chasing group. Right behind her is Marie Durand of France, who missed the first 2 targets on that standing shoot. That proved expensive, 25 seconds behind. Dahl of Norway had a bad prone shoot, but has come back into it with some good standing in 4th. Petrushna, Sokolova and Andrea Henkel starting to feel the years maybe, Mike. She doesn't look quite as sparky as we're used to seeing.
She doesn't. I haven't really heard about her training. Last report was it was going well. She was happy to be up in Finland. But she certainly, to me, looks off the boil there. I know the Germans put a huge amount of base training in early November, so possibly just a little tired from the bulk training.
Back towards the stadium for the final time and the second handover. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with legs 3 and 4. 2 shoots completed on this second leg in the mixed relay, the opening race of the Biathlon World Cup season, and it's a good close race, not perhaps what we were expecting at this stage. Everyone's made small mistakes. The Russians have been cleaner than anyone else, and the Russian women generally shoot very well in the relays. Over the years, Mike, they've been by far and away the best team. I don't know whether that's it's not generally a skill thing, because in the individual World Cups they don't really perform any better than anyone else, but in the relays they seem to have the right mentality. So they hand over, and it's going to be Alexei Volkov who takes the first of the men's legs in this mixed relay. 7.5 kilometers for the men, 6 kilometers only for the women, and they'll be skied in roughly the same time. France have selected Jean-Guillaume Beatrix for the second leg, and he leaves in second place, just ahead of Belarus. A very good run indeed from the Czech Republic. Sokolova handing over to Michael Schlesinger, and Morovitz will be waiting to take the last leg for them. There could be, that would be a very good result. In come Italy. Michaela Ponza took the first leg. Karen Oberhofer there on the sprint into the finish line, and waiting to take over, Christian De Lorenzi. The oldest of the Italians, Lukas Hofer, is a man we're looking forward to seeing how he performs this year. Very quick on the skis, a little bit ragged, a little bit erratic with the shooting.
It'll be interesting to see. He lost a little bit of his ski speed last year, Hofer, compared to when he was just a 20-year-old, but his concentration was to hit the targets, which he really did improve on last year.
Good work from the Gasparin sisters to keep Switzerland in with a chance of a top 3 or 4. Past the range for the first time for Switzerland. Benny Bega. That gap has grown by 10 seconds, separating the top 10, but the top 3 have got 10 seconds closer, so just 21 seconds separating first, second and third, and still far too close to call. Remember, each missed target initially costs you between 8 and 12 seconds with the manual reload. If you miss more than 3 at this stage, I think you're going to be out of the race. Mike, a penalty loop, some 21, 22 seconds.
It's not just the penalty loop, of course. Prior to that, you've gone through this 3 spare rounds, so if you do make the penalty loop, you really are handicapping yourself by, well, the 23 seconds plus at least another 25 seconds.
And in training, how many times would they go on the penalty loop with a relay shoot?
Rarely.
If ever.
It's a different kind of feeling, isn't it? You're racing for your country, it's televised, there's World Cup points, there's money at stake, there's so much at stake, and it changes your thinking.
Perhaps more than anything else, there are relay positions and national team places at stake. And at this stage of the season, everyone's desperate to make sure that they make the cut.